Hello Gunners, welcome to another video, and today we're talking the title race. We're going to be looking at Liverpool's fixtures, Arsenal's injuries, Liverpool's injuries, because Liverpool fans in particular are fuming, saying Arsenal are lucky that they're getting so many injuries, even though we've had our fair share this season. But before I do begin, if you are new here, please do hit the subscribe and the like. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let us start with Liverpool, and I've got it up here, and Liverpool's injuries and suspensions. You've got Bajcetic, doesn't really get much minutes anyway. Leone, Konate's doubtful, Endo's doubtful, and Alisson is obviously out for 7 to 8 weeks. And what it's not showing you is Mr. Gravenberch has actually picked up a little knock as well. So he's a big doubt for the game against Manchester United. So another injury. And we can talk about this because he is a key cog to Liverpool. And you're now looking at this Liverpool side. You take out Gravenberch. You've got Joe Gomez and Van Dijk. We know Joe Gomez hasn't played a lot of football recently. He's going to be a bit rusty. We know how good Konate is covering that right-hand side channel and how exposed Liverpool can be when that channel is not sort of defended correctly. Then you're also looking in that midfield. Can Jones come in? Is he to that level of Gravenberch? No. You're then looking across the front line. Ekitike, Isak. It's a bit confusing who's the main number 9. They need to sort that out. Is someone going to play off the left? If one does play off the left, Gatko coming out, does that sort of remove the balance? So when we're talking about a title race and what makes a title challenging or winning side, it's one which has continuity and one which develops relationships on the pitch. Last season, Liverpool had a lot of good relationships on the pitch, and that's what made them so good. But now with the new signings, with Wirtz as well, and also Boslai, is he right back, is he attacking midfield? Liverpool aren't developing relationships on the pitch, and you're looking as well more into the future at Liverpool. And Mohamed Salah is somebody who's going to be going to AFCON very soon. Who's going to play off the right? Chiesa is not really to the levels of Mo Salah, if we're really being honest. So all of these things are boosting Arsenal's sort of credibility at being the guys to win the title. But let's now move in to Liverpool's sort of fixtures, if I can try and find it here. And here it is. So Liverpool have obviously lost 3 games in a row. Crystal Palace, Galatasaray and Chelsea. They've got Manchester United next, so do it with me. Do you think they can beat Manchester United? I think it's going to be a tough game. They've dropped points to them before. Draws. United are building up confidence. They got the win before the international break. It's going to push them forward. Then Frankfurt in the Champions League, obviously, is going to be tough, but I think they'll get it. Then away to Brentford. If it wasn't for Gianluigi Donnarumma, I think Liverpool could have, Manchester City could have lost to Brentford, or could have at least dropped more points there. So, you know, that could be another draw in there. Then you're looking at, again, we'll skip the Carabao Cup. We'll go to Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa are now starting to pick up form, starting to get to the best version of themselves. Going to be very tough. Then you've got Real Madrid in the Champions League. We know how much energy is going to be used in that game. Then you've got Manchester City, then Forest, then West Ham away under a new management. Nuno would have already established a pattern of play for them by this time. Then you've got Sunderland. Then you've got Leeds, which is always going to be tough. And then even this run, when you're looking at it in January, Brighton, Tottenham, Wolves, Leeds, Fulham, Arsenal. It's tough for Liverpool. So I think this title race is going to really pick up some shape in the next 10 games or so. We're going to really see who is ready, who is sort of wanting to be the one to take this title race by the scruff of its neck. And I know Manchester City are still involved in this, and it's silly to even not consider them. But we've got to talk about Liverpool because they're the ones in second place currently. They're the ones that won it last season. But if we're looking at these next 10 games, I think it's a big chance for Arsenal. And if we do move on and we move towards Arsenal themselves, it's genuinely interesting to see our fixtures as well. And before I do get onto those fixtures, the way that Liverpool fans have been talking in regards to injuries is quite sensational, considering how many injuries we've had as a team. Look at this for Arsenal. Let's go here. Martin Odegaard is out. That's not even correct. It's not doubtful. He's out. He's going to miss around 8 to 9 games. He's crucial. He's our captain. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we've got Eze. He's still a crucial cog in our side. Noni Madueke is out. Somebody who started the season really, really well. Piero Hincapié, somebody whose return date is still unsure. He's out. Somebody who can share the load with Calafiori. He's played a lot of minutes at left back. Gabriel Jesus out. Kai Havertz out indefinitely as well. These are huge injuries that Arsenal have picked up across this season, and not a peep out of anyone. Now everyone's sort of saying, oh, you're lucky now Liverpool have got injuries, this should be your title to win. Nobody was saying anything when we went to Anfield. And in fact, let's try and find that sort of lineup we had at Anfield. And look at the key players that we had missing and who Liverpool didn't have missing. Saliba came off injured. That is crucial. Where is the injuries that we had for this game? Look, Saka was out. Havertz was out. Odegaard was out. Ben White has been a crucial cog to our triangle in the right-hand side, was out. Arsenal went to Anfield with a front three who hadn't actually played a single game together. So they had to learn the press together. You know, even in the midfield, you look at Zubamendi, Marino and Rice. Is that really a midfield which sort of knows each other, knows each other's movements? No, Mosquera being thrown into the deep end as well. So Eze hadn't even really got into the side yet. He just got into his first game for us. So all of these things, it just makes you genuinely think, how can we be perceived as being lucky when you're looking at the injuries? We went away to Anfield and we only lost 1-0 to Moment of Brilliance. Like, look at Liverpool's side here. That's their strongest side. Who is actually missing? Isak? I mean, Isak doesn't probably start right now. Ekitike's been better and Gakpo off the left has been contributing. Alisson is there. Liverpool literally had no injuries going into this game. And if we do tap onto Liverpool, let me try and find it for their injuries for this game. Look, Jeremy Frimpong and Bajcetic were the only players injured for Liverpool when they played us. I mean, that's quite incredible. And, you know, it is incredible. But let us now move on to Arsenal's fixtures. And Arsenal versus Fulham, that's a massive game. When I look at our run, I think Fulham scare me the most because we always drop points against them, whether it's a draw, whether it's a defeat. Fulham always managed to get our number at Craven Cottage. And I feel as though now finally we've got a side and we've made signings such as Eze, whereby this game we've got the profiles to really beat them, the mid-block, the structure that they put up. Arsenal have the players involved that are able to destroy Fulham. So I'm very, very happy in terms of that. Then we're looking at Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. It's going to be a tough game. A lot of energy is going to be used in that game at home. But again, we've got the profiles that are able to deal with this sort of game. You're looking at Eze in the number 10. You're looking at, you know, also Gyökeres spinning and running and pushing the back line backwards. Zubamendi in the tempo in the middle. We've got players like Waneri's going to have to step up. You know, he's going to have to step up of a young 18-year-old. Again, he did it last season and I full face he's going to do it this season as well. In the number 10 role, he's going to get his opportunities in here. Then you've got Crystal Palace as well with the form they're in. It's going to be a tough game, but at home, I fully expect us to get it. Then you're looking again, Brighton, I think we should win that. Burnley, we should win that. Slavia, we should win that. Sunderland, we should win that. Tottenham at home is always a game we should be trying to win, but that's where it's going to get a bit tricky for Arsenal, I think. Tottenham, Bayern, then Chelsea is a really, really tough run. But we've got the squad depth to be able to rotate and go out there and win those 3 games. I think a sign of mentality would be to go to all 3 of those games and win every single one of them. You know, or maybe I'd take 7 points out of 9. If you really, really had to really tell me if I had to knock one off, who would it be? 7 out of 9. Has to be Arsenal's aim here, and it would send a huge statement to the rest of the Premier League. But anyway, Gunners, that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, and also let me know, do you prefer to be the ones like us right now leading the pack, or do you prefer to be hunting Liverpool down?